A warm welcome to AD4TV Radio Weekly Review, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to ending Boko Haram terrorism in the northeast. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, related the President's message when he led the federal government delegation to commiserate with the Christian community in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, over the killing of 2 clergymen in the state. He urged Christians to not allow the pains caused by Boko Haram create disharmony between Christians and Muslims. Responding, the Adamawa State Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Bishop Stephen Dami Mamza, thanked the delegation for the visit and urged followers of the 2 religions to not succumb to the antics of insurgents whose agenda is to divide the country.
Today I have come to share in the grief of the people and the government, and of particular note, the Christian community in Adamawa State, over the unfortunate and gruesome murder of 2 members of the Christian community who are clergy in their own right. I have come on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to share in this grief and to commiserate with you, my Lord Bishop, and the entire Christian community and the good people of Adamawa State.
Your presence here this evening, Your Excellency, has softened our hearts. Your presence has given us comfort and assurance from the presidency that the presidency is aware of the situation and that the presidency is aware of our feelings and our grief, and the presidency, by the grace of God, will do everything possible in order to make sure that such thing does not occur again anywhere in this country.
The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project last Wednesday held a policy dialogue and a 15-point program to promote transparency and accountability in the Nigerian judiciary, education and power sectors. Guest speaker at the event, Yemi Akinseye, conversed the need to prevent and punish petty corruption, prevent and discourage corrupt practices, institute participatory governance, prohibit and punish corrupt practices, and the promotion of anti-corruption initiatives. Deputy Director of SERAP, Oluwadare Kolawole, in an interview said both the government and citizens are willing to own the fight against corruption.
The panel discussion had a focal issue of who owns the fight, the government or the people. So it's a bit of a back and forth. But I would say at this point, the government knows what people think about government activities in the fight against corruption. And the people also know that the roles they should play in fighting corruption. So it's a balance either way. So it's not about, it's not a blame game, but everywhere knows where it stands. Basically, we had an agreement that leadership drives what even the citizens think and how they act. Both government and citizens are willing to own the fight and to make corrections as appropriate based on the reports and the policy dialogue, the recommendations we've made. So to SERAP, it's something we are proud of. It's an achievement that we could bring governments and citizens to the table to find a way forward in the fight against corruption in education, in judiciary, and in the power sectors.
Following the Boko Haram insurgency in northeast Nigeria, the European Commissioner for Crisis Management, Yanis Lenarchik, announced last Friday an emergency aid package of 26.5 million euros, equivalent to $29 million for 2020. Lenarchik said the stated amount is just an initial amount meant to address the needs of those affected by insurgency. He said the funds will be channeled through the European Union partners, namely the United Nations, UNICEF and non-governmental organizations, since they provide the European Union assistance directly to those in need of it.
Funding allocated by the European Union to the Northeast for 2020, yes, it's about 29 million US dollars, but that is only the initial allocation. That usually changes. Why? We try to address the needs as they are identified. We have an elaborate methodology of assessing the needs together with our partner, notably with the United Nations, and on that basis we adopt decisions on allocation of the funding. Second point, we provide European Union humanitarian assistance through our partners, be it United Nations, various agencies like World Food Programme, like UNICEF, and the like, and through non-governmental organizations, particularly international non-governmental organizations. They are the ones that implement the programs in the field. They are the ones that directly provide our assistance to those who need it. Additional aspect, which is important, and I underlined in my discussions here, is the need to ensure security and safety of humanitarian workers.
You're watching AD4TV Radio Weekly Review. We'll go on a short break now. My stories when we return, do stay.
AD4TV Radio, with focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. Will give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.
You're welcome back. Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Corps, Oyo State Command, has decorated 192 newly promoted officers and marshals of the command. State Sector Commander Uche Chukura said those promoted include 75 officers and 117 marshals who were elevated from their various ranks. The sector commander advised the newly promoted personnel to justify the gesture by being more dedicated and committed to duty.
First and foremost, I want to congratulate them and then to let them know that too much is needed. Today, they've been decorated with their new ranks, which means new responsibilities, new assignments, and they should be ready to put in their best with their new as a means of also appreciating the management that deemed it necessary to promote them to the next rank. So I want to let them know that it is time for hard work. It is time for more dedication. It is time for more commitment to their duties. And I wish them well in their new ranks. And I pray that God will help them.
Aging in every living thing is one process that is inevitable. But how you age and the attendant effects of aging is a question many potential senior citizens are grappling with. According to Wikipedia, in humans, aging represents the accumulation of changes in a human body over a period of time, which covers both physical and psychological. During this process, the human body goes weak and becomes prone to ailments such as arthritis, diabetes, hypertension, and many more, some of which can be treated while others can be managed. AD4TV Radio correspondent spoke with Dr. Sefia Ojo, a medical consultant, on some of the ailments that accompanies aging.
Aging is just a normal process anyway, it's a natural physiological process. As you grow older, the result is not like how you started. So as you're growing, you're conscious of what you eat, the quantity of water you take a lot of water and all that. So, but there are some people, some diseases associated with aging anyway, like hypertension, diabetes, arthritis. But I think our lifestyle too will help out. The way we start living our lifestyle even before we age. There are some illness conditions associated with red meat intake, like high cholesterol. And high cholesterol is also associated, it's been shown that there's a relationship between high sugar, diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol. Okay. So, yes, red meat, yes, because of the high cholesterol and all that, so you don't need it. So when you have high cholesterol, there's thickening of your arteries and all that, so the risk of having heart attack is there at the end of the day. Regular medical checkup is a goal. Everybody must do that. Because there are some silent diseases like hypertension, the silent killer. You may never have any symptom. You feel you're good, you go to work, you do carry out all your daily activities, you jump up and down, not knowing that you have hypertension. But for those that have family history of diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, I think you should check earlier. You mustn't wait till when you're 30. Because we found that now a lot of people at their 20s develop hypertension. Because of the genetic tendency, it runs in the family and their lifestyle is not encouraging. So they come down with these chronic illnesses.
The Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, Nigeria's capital, His Grace Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, has urged Nigerians to cultivate the culture of dialogue to foster peaceful coexistence. Kaigama made a call at the 3rd General Assembly and Peace Conference with the theme Interreligious Dialogue, Strengthening the Culture of Peace, Reconciliation and Justice in Abuja. Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, who was represented by the Aso Villa chaplain, Pastor Sheyi Malomos, noted that one of the fundamentals that strengthens peace in a heterogeneous society is the unique attribute to forgive a wrong and forgive quickly.
Many of us have been engaging one another at different levels to see how we, as religious leaders, can complement government efforts in the search for lasting peace and harmony among our citizens, leveraging on the great respect, trust, and reverence accorded us by our followers and citizens generally. Thus, we should not get tired of engaging one another through dialogue, because it is the way to go.
There's a Yoruba proverb, an adage that says, "Mafomi konraki de ebaudo." If you don't want water to touch you, you don't go near the river. And His Excellency would like us to know that the river in this case is Nigeria. We are not just beside the river, we are inside the river. And as such, the water will touch us. And this water is like offenses. We will be offended. We'll have instances when we step on each other's toes. But then we must be like children, easy to forgive, quick to forgive, and coexist.
On a lighter mood, when someone offends you, how quickly can you forgive the person? Please share your ideas on our social media platforms showing on your screen. That's it on AD4TV Radio Weekly Review, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. You can also like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.